Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Crusader Kings 2, The Old Gods. As you can see, the reports of the demise of this series have been greatly exaggerated. What I do have to admit, right off the top here, is that I actually did record an earlier episode 19, but I didn't realize that my darned cat had stepped on the number lock key, thus rendering my Fraps hotkey useless. The bright thing is, or on the bright side anyway, you didn't really miss much in that episode. It only took like 3 or 4 years, I think. And basically what happened is I laid siege to the county of Bedford here, and I ended up winning independence for somebody else through a series of unfortunate events. But that's alright with me. Splitting England up amongst smaller counties is totally fine by me. It weakens their power a little bit. So, what is going on in the world today? Just to recap how things are going. What's kind of interesting, you know, Scotland is still eventually looking to take over, well, eventually form Britannia here. By the way, thanks for everyone for pointing out that in order to form Wales, you actually need Celtic culture, which I do not have. If I can find my culture here. As you can see, I have, you know, Welsh culture exists, Scottish culture exists, Norse culture exists, but my king himself is actually Norse, I believe. Yes, he is North Germanic culture, as is my son, I think. Yes, my son is Norse. Now, we have an interesting kind of succession that's coming up, and I don't really know what's going to happen when it happens, because our king is old, he's 61. He might even die in this episode, in all honesty, but his heir has a liege. So his heir is, well, Prince Marcus of Scotland, and his liege is also my grandson, who is the leader of Santiago, which is like this area down here in Galicia, I guess. So I have no idea what's going to happen. I have been trying, against all odds, unfortunately, let's cancel this plot for now, to kill my son so that the succession becomes a little simpler, but I can't. I try to invite him to my court. He refuses because he's already a regent of somebody else. I wonder if I can invite my grandson to my court and maybe assassinate him instead. Is he the... Who's his heir? His heir is my granddaughter. I have no idea what this looks like. Or what this is going to look like. But for now, let's just act like we're going to live forever. What might be a better option is actually killing our other son. Let me think about this. No valid plots, because he's not in our court. Where's this guy at? No, I think he's here. Like, if we kill our other son, then he'll lose the claims on the other titles and succession might be easier. But who knows, man. What I am going to do to start off here, just want to make sure my military is good. It's been a while since oh, it's not. It's been a little while since I played the game, so I forgot what happened recently. The factions look okay. Let's just let some time go. And I'm going to try to recapture some of these counties that unfortunately fell out of my area. So I can declare like a holy war for Albany. Or a de jure claim on Fife, which is because I've formed Scotland myself. And in fact, I will likely end up doing that and fighting Man at the same time. So let's speed things up. Maybe to speed 3, and we'll wait until maybe March of this year, and then we'll try to take back these 2 counties that have been giving us trouble. Hopefully during this time, we will allow the treasury to rebuild itself a little bit as well. Because I must have fought some kind of major war somewhat recently that kind of pilfered it a little bit. People are always like, why no Crusader Kings 2? What has happened to Crusader Kings 2? Oh, our vassals are having a war here. That's okay. Let's wait until April, actually. Just because there's so many troops here that makes me a little uncomfortable, but... we do have a dangerous faction now that we should consider. Independence for the High Chiefess Oslog the First of Deheubarth, and our cousin has joined that plot. Why don't we try to have her assassinated the same way I have taken care of basically any other problem? But people are always like, Northernlion, like, why don't you play more Crusader Kings 2? And I'm going to play more Crusader Kings 2. The only thing is I got busy with Rogue Legacy and, you know, a little paranautical activity. Let's look at the stream, the subscriber special stream, etc., etc. But never fear, I am a big fan of the game. So I expect... Oh, he's so close to being turned around. 47 gold is kind of a tall ask here. What about my spy master? How do you feel about this? Invite to plot? Yes, alright, that's what I like to see. I'm not sure how much he's going to give us. What about our court chaplain? Kind of renowned for being a big complicit fan of these assassinations, as is my bishop, who is also my steward here. It's nice to have a group of people around you who believe in your vision so much. So let's just see how the plot power rises here. 76. We've got one more. 90.4. Okay. At this point, it might be in our best interest, again, to go back to our council here and be like, okay, dude, what do I have to do to convince you? How far back are you? -3, -5? I don't know if I am going to be able to convince him, actually. What if I just randomly start asking people in my court to join the plot? Do they have to be vassals, or can I ask anybody? Well, these people are interested in it, so... I was always concerned, or confused, I guess, by the kind of assassination menu. Oh, I shouldn't ask her to join the plot, probably. She's going to say no because she's a part of the plot. But yeah, I always thought like it would have been way easier if there was just like an invite everybody who would say yes to the plot button and see everybody who says no. I think that would be an interface improvement if I had to be 100% honest rather than doing this every single time. But hey, this is how I've been dealing with my problems. If somebody pipes up and says they don't like the way that things are being run, I have them assassinated and basically just plaster over the wound. Let's put our intrigue menu up here and see how this works out. We are now at 121%. Wow, I did not realize that those guys had so much power combined. 132%. So now we can just sit back and await an assassination, which should come in at any time. In the meantime, we may have to deal with the Civil War, but our troops are looking better-ish. Anyway, a lot of my vassals already have troops raised, which is unfortunate, but I shouldn't need more than 10,000 men to take over Fife and Man. So we're going to declare war for a de jure claim on Fife. What's interesting is that this guy hates us. We'll do something about that later. We might as well offer vassalization first just in case. But yes, he says no, mostly because we're not the same religion. But there's two different things we can do. We can do a claim on Fife, which would give us the county, or we can do a de jure claim on Fife, which makes us his liege if we win. So he will become one of our vassals. So you're going to see a contrast here because I'm going to declare war on him. But by the same token, who do I want to call in? Mecklenburg? That's not necessary right now. When I declare war on Man, I actually have just a claim Man. And this will mean that I actually gain the county as opposed to becoming his liege, which of course is better for me. So we've declared these two wars. I have troops scattered all over the British Isles here. But we're going to group these guys together and probably group these guys together as well. And hopefully don't lose any men over the course of this maneuvering. But I might, simply because obviously there's several men just kind of surrounding the area where I've started in. But hopefully they will not try to be offensive right off the bat. Hopefully they'll give me the chance to do kind of a first strike. And they are sieging my territory in Fife, which is confusing to me because I didn't really think it was my territory. Good, the Pope likes us a little bit more again. I mean, we're basically just keeping our head above water with respect to this Pope right now. He used to love us, but things have unfortunately taken a turn for the worse. I don't know why, but we're still, you know, he's 32 to us. That's not necessarily crazy positive, but it's not bad either. It is time for you to recognize the full independence of Deheubarth and the other states in the independence faction, Cornwall, and I will not be blackmailed. I can fight two wars simultaneously here. I think I'll be okay. And at least something's happening on this episode. On the one that actually didn't work out, the recording... because it had recording errors, it was kind of a boring episode in all honesty. Just a very simple siege, and then that was the end. At least we've got some more interesting stuff going on here. So I'm fighting the three wars simultaneously. Resist my foul impulses, gain some piety, which maybe I can use to improve my relationship with the Pope. Wow, okay, large bands of rebels and opportunists are flocking to the banner of High Chiefess Oslog the First in Glamorgan. Obviously, this is it right there, and that frightens the shit out of me. Carrion for the vultures. I like that. It sounds like a Nick Cave song or something. We're going to try to win this fight. They're going to Diffit. We're going to meet them there. We did just win a really significant battle in one of these against the Chief of Fife. We might as well wipe his army off the face of the earth if possible. So yes, that's going to be an easy win. So let's pause that for a second and merge those troops. We got 4,000 men there. And we have another battle going on here, which is actually really bad for me because they have some terrain advantages. I need to really start paying attention to that because that is becoming a major thorn in my side. Now, let's hope we still win this regardless because we do have a man advantage. It's looking like King Northernlion the Great has inherited the county of Jorvik from Ulfr of Jorvik. That is nice, I guess. We'll go to our court and find a man with no heir who is not ambitious. It's good, he's humble. Congratulations, you are now the leader of Jorvik. Beautiful, and my domain size is better again. So I'm going to lose this battle down here in Wales. That being said, I've got to be getting close to winning at least one of these wars so I can send the rest of my men in. They have an advantage there, but or like a modifier advantage, but our numbers are so great that they can't really do anything about it. So, offer peace? No. Obviously, I have to enforce demands, essentially. Wow, I lost a lot of men here. So did they. Don't get me wrong. We're only about 1,000 down. We were about 1,000 up before we started, though, so not necessarily the best course of action there. And we are going to have a major war score loss here. Now, I need to get down here and deal with this as soon as possible, because if they get to 100 war score, I can't stop them. We've had this situation happen once before, and it caused some real problems. There's no troops left in Man. So, yeah, basically, like, I'd left things going on too long because I was distracted fighting a different war, and all of a sudden they get to 100 war score, and I start, you know, hemorrhaging troops, essentially, and they just get their independence kind of naturally. We're just going to try to win this siege. I realize there's attrition here, and I'm not happy about it, but we want to win this siege on Man in the hopes that I can... oh, my God, I just lost a ton of men. What is the... 12.8%? Okay, that's a supply limit of 1,000. Let's be smarter about this. And we'll create a new unit with about 1,000 men in it. Slightly under 1,000 men, I guess, would be ideal. If we can cause this to work. And then we'll send these other troops down here. 10,012, 977. That is perfect. And the remainder of these 2,000 men, we will then send down here to hopefully... oh, man, but that's going to be a tough fight. Maybe we'll send them up here to Fife for now. But I do need to stop these guys somehow. I could hire some mercenaries to make it happen. If I'm going to do that, I should do it right away, actually. So let's do that. I have the money necessary to make it happen. Mismanaged the war a little bit. Shit happens, though. This is going to be an expensive hiring, unfortunately. It's going to cost us 135. Yeah, let's do it. I hate to do it, but we kind of have to do it. So we're going to send these men down here, and we're also going to send these men down here. And we'll ignore Fife for now. We can take them out later. These 977 men should stay here and continue the siege. Let's try this. Hopefully we don't get another war declared on us in the meantime here. Because these guys might actually be able to get to 100% war score, the Independence faction, simply by virtue of this last siege here. If they... oh, okay, we've died. Now this is where things get interesting. Ignore everything I've said up until this point. All of a sudden, Scotland has been ripped in half. We are the King of Scotland and heir to the Kingdom of Ireland. We don't have a liege anymore. Our son is the Count of Santiago and heir to the Kingdom of Scotland. So we might actually be able to, like, merge Spain and Scotland if our king dies kind of young. And we do have a son that's good. We have some daughters as well. We don't have an ambition. So why don't we take improved learning as an ambition and look at our screen here, because this is crazy. I'm just taking a look at the map. So Ireland is completely outside of my control anymore. We should look at our brother, who is the King of Ireland, and try to assassinate him, because we are his heir. So if we manage to assassinate him, we get Ireland back, and all is not lost. We should look at our council now. Obviously, we don't have nearly enough to get... what was I going to say? We don't have nearly enough to stewardship. That's a good steward, actually. We don't have nearly enough to take him out on plot power as of right now. But if I can just slowly drag people in here... why can't I invite these people to the plot? Maybe we have to wait for them to, like, accept or something. Just let some time go by. Alright, first things first. We do still have all of these men. And we've got to win these wars, because I need these counties now. Look at my domain size. It's substantially worse than it otherwise might be. And I might end up having to go to war with Ireland here. That was an effed up succession, is what that was. Why do we still have like people dying here? 3.7% dying? What's the supply limit on man? I thought I could see just by looking at it, like, that is confusing, but anyway, can you see? I don't understand. You know what, if 3.7% of the men die, so be it, you know, carrion for the vultures, as my dad would say. We can call in allies. I would say this is a good idea for us to do right now. One child lacks a guardian, that is our daughter. Let us raise her ourselves, if possible. I don't see ourselves on there. Oh, there we are. Or we could actually have her be raised by a Christian, because we are Norse. If we have her raised by someone with Christian culture, then she will become Christian. Or she has the chance to become Christian. Or Catholic, I should say, sorry. Which is great, because then we can possibly get some better relationships with the papacy. I don't know. Everything I do is flying by the seat of my pants in this game. So we have another 3,000 men coming in from Ireland. Should help us win this war. That being said, I am still definitely trying to murder my brother here. Now, I don't want to come in to this area, because I know that they have a modifier that will help them out here. I do still want to murder this man. Is there anybody that is interested? Doesn't appear so. What if I go to my council? These guys can't be invited to the plot, because they're on the Irish side, right? What about this guy? Invite to plot? No, because... good question. Let me just find him in the menu here. I apologize for the kind of interface quirks, but this is the first time I've ever dealt with this. So invite to plot. No, I don't like that. How about this guy? You used to be so tight with my dad. How about now? Oh, all right. Bjorn, not interested. Maybe we can have him excommunicated or something. I don't know. We'll talk about that after we finish these wars. Nobody wants to join my plot to kill this man. So we might have to actually engage him in fisticuffs of our own. Can we have the king excommunicated? I would be surprised. If we go family, siblings, and then perhaps request excommunication. Not even close because he has a positive opinion of King Barad. Alright, we could try to assassinate him. 23% chance is actually pretty okay. It sounds bad, but it's not terrible when it comes to actually, oh, we have another chance to possibly get demands here. No, but you know, a 23% chance to gain all of Ireland is pretty good in my opinion. Even if it costs us, you know, if we do it twice, that's, you know, 2 1 in 4 chances. Obviously, I'm not very good at fractions, or not fractions, probability. Please tell me that our war with man is going to be over soon, so I can at least send these 800 troops down here to help us out. Where are the 3,000 Irish troops are not? Oh, now I have less men than is necessary to siege this area. Fuck it. All right, well, we have to... I guess this guy's just sieging Galloway, or just kind of hanging out in Galloway. I don't even know what that thing in the back said. I should slow down a little bit. Common mistake, Siege of St. David's. What the... We got like a new area here. The King of Aquitaine now has a single county somewhere in the British Isles, and things are getting crazy. Okay, so if our siege succeeds here, then maybe we can take these 800 men, and we'll have like a 2,000 man advantage that we can use against them. We have 100% with Fife. Okay, that was just ticking war score, helping us out a great deal there. Enforced demands, yes. Now we become his vassal. Or sorry, he becomes our vassal. Ticking war score should eventually get us the county of Fife as well. Or maybe, or sorry, the county of Man. Maybe the Irish brigands up there will help me out as well. Now let's merge these troops. We do have a pretty huge advantage with respect to our numbers. But if their less siege succeeds, then they will hit 100% war score. Yes, adopt these stewards' ideas. We get extra economy technology rate. We're going to have some dangerous factions probably soon. Our mother has died a natural death. Seems very suspicious given that our father died recently before that. All is not lost, though. Okay, so there's a siege for us that pulled us back a little bit. Now let's see if we have enough men here to take this, even though they're going to have the modifier. It's looking half decent, but okay, good. Surrender comes sooner. This battle is over. We are now only at -6%. And I would take a white piece in this situation, probably, in all honesty. But we're going to be able to pull this war score back towards ourselves really, really quickly here. There we go. We have captured somebody. Adamar. I don't know who it is. But again, the war score has been pulled back in our favor. We are fighting them in areas where they have an advantage, but we are taking out, you know, 700 troops every time, which is going to basically just neuter this independence movement. Meanwhile, Ireland has given up on the quest to get man because it's unsiegeable, apparently, simply because you lose so many troops every time you try. We're just going to ping-pong back and forth here. If we could just capture her in battle, I would be an extraordinarily happy camper. Rikisa is asking us to deal with an assassination attempt inside of our realm. Okay. I will grant her a claim on the perpetrator's titles. It is not my call. Yeah, sure, let's grant her a claim. I probably should have looked into that further to see if she's ambitious and maybe she's doing some tricky stuff. Let's take out these Vikings first, who have been very annoying for me. I believe they come from the county of Man, honestly. No, they don't. Where are they from? The Hordaland. I don't know where that is. The Irish engaging in their own kind of civil war right now, unfortunately for me. That being said, why is, like, the war score in Man, or for Man, I guess, ticking downwards? It should be ticking upwards. Alfred Vertsek tried to have me assassinated to make sure I wouldn't discover her plot to kill Ake Swinson. Expose her immediately. Alright. Acceptable. I just kind of want to end these wars. The war for independence is fine. You know, I could throw her in my dungeons, whatever. And I might sacrifice an F-ton of troops just to take Man back. Because, again, this is good for my domain size, right? This is going to make for an interesting series of episodes. This may be the end of the Bananadong legacy. Okay, the Pope likes us again. In fact, he likes us about as much as he likes my predecessor, a.k.a. father, which is good. We'll just wait for the siege to finish. 35%? Did we really only gain... Oh, no, that was a different siege. Good question. I don't know what's up there. 38%? That's not very good. I wonder if she would take a white piece, and then I could just kill her. Yes. Okay. So I'll just kill her later. Aslog is properly known as the drunkard. My kind of girl. Alright, so let's finally go F up man here. I will sacrifice, like, all of my mercenaries to make this happen. I don't care at all. I really want to get my domain size higher, because if my domain size increases, obviously I make more money, and as of right now, I imagine that the treasury is kind of in a tough spot, because, let's go this way instead, because, can he get away from me? He should be able to. Oh, we got another dangerous faction too, because I don't have, like, barely any domain size for myself. My wife Amelia has complained about me being absent so often. I had some extra gold to spend, so why not buy her some jewelry? Ruby earrings, a cameo of myself, or this bracelet. So each one has increasing gold, but also increasing value. So I'll buy her some ruby earrings. She'll fall in love with me again, and maybe she can beget me more children so I can ruin some more successions. Please let me capture this man. I'm spending money on my mercenaries right now just to make this happen. But if I wipe out these 600 troops, I'm not sure they're going to be able to do anything. So this should put me in a position where I can just capture him, or stop him from being able to run away. At least he ran away too late, which means he's gonna get away. Where's he going now? Powys, which is here. Alright, let's try it again. We'll come to Powys, and then we'll be like, nope, surprise motherfucker, we're actually gonna go to Diffid, and then reverse direction. There we go, finally managed to capture him. I have no idea how that works most of the time. I discovered a plot where Friar of Lothian seeks to see the Duchy of Moray granted to a new ruler. How about go fuck yourself? What are these dangerous factions looking like right now? 25%, 30%. I don't like it. How are our vassals looking right now? Largely pretty pleased with us, which is better than I expected. I expected it to be bad because there is a penalty for short reigns, and obviously we have that right now. So I'm just going to send my men back here, and we're going to siege the County of Man again, where there is only one troop sitting. Obviously, these borders are completely effed up. We're going to try to assassinate the King of Ireland after this, probably. We've had some miraculous victories before. Maybe we can get lucky again. So what we're going to do here is just, I realize we're way over the supply limit. But I'm going to order, like, a siege, or an assault, I should say. We're going to lose a ton of men to make this happen, but we're going to lose a ton of men to make it happen regardless. So we lost, like, 1,000 men. It's one of the few opportunities I've ever seen for a siege that actually makes sense, and we now have the County of Man, and we can do something. We can create, or we can hold a grand tournament. Maybe we'll do that, but in the meantime, one child lacks a guardian. We will educate her, or we will educate her with a Christian, like this. We can claim the Kingdom of Denmark, but that seems like a foolish decision, given our weakened state right now. Definitely dismiss everybody. Dangerous factions. We should seek to have this man eliminated. Can we, though? What's our plot looking like on this king? Real bad. Nobody wants to join either, unfortunately. How close is this guy? Not even. Like, King Barrett is beloved. I kind of want my own guy to die so that I can get this kind of Spanish action in on this. What a weird game that we have going on here, though. Alright, so let's... First things first. Stop this plot to kill King Barrett. That's not going to help us out. For factions, we should try to have him killed. If we can have him killed, that's excellent for us, obviously. What's our plot power? 47. Not very good. Are people interested? This guy's interested, and he has like 59% plot power by himself, which is awesome. This guy has another 9. And we will just invite our council, because they seem to be usually down for things. So we'll invite the plot. Yes. And just spam these down here. He is always at war, so he's not interested in joining our plot. This guy might not even be in our court. I don't know. Invite to plot. Yes. And invite to plot. Yes. I don't know. The court chaplain, you'd think he would be a pious man, but he was always down for killing. Steward, I'm going to have him, you know, research economy tech in our capital here. Why not? And our... Chancellor, improve diplomatic relations, fabricate claims are so dissent. If we can get vassal liege opinion lowered. This guy's a pretty good diplomat. Fabricate claims or improve diplomatic relations. Good question. Why don't we have him improve diplomatic relations, but with who in this situation? I can't believe we have Aquitaine up here. That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Okay, good question. I don't know. I don't really want to fabricate claims either, though. Maybe we'll fabricate claims on the same one we've been trying to fabricate claims on for a while here to get somewhat more continuous borders. But it's crazy. And now I should not be able to declare war on my brother, but I can to get a de jure claim. That's going to be frightening, though. What titles do I have here? I still have the Kingdom of Scotland. But Ireland is like, they own more territory than me, which I'm very displeased about. So let's let a little bit of time go by here. Just to see, we should look at the intrigue here, just to see how the time goes up, or the percentage goes up. Because I really don't want to deal with multiple civil wars simultaneously here, if possible. This is good, we have 149% plot power, that's fine. Now let's look at the other faction. Independence, whoa, this one is substantially stronger. Lord Mayor of Lothian, 177% of my liege is into that. Where's Lothian? There. So I'm going to use my Spy Master to scheme, which should discourage people from joining the plot, and we'll just put him over there. I doubt we're going to be here in time. We might have another civil war to fight. And the last thing we're going to do, 1 in 4 chance, essentially. There was King Northernlion, the first, the third, the great of Scotland. Now we are King Marcus the First of Scotland. Why didn't I name my son Northernlion? Oh, I think I did, but then he ended up dying, which, you know, happens all the time in the Middle Ages, apparently. We're going to try an assassination attempt here. 23% chance of success, 35% chance of being discovered. This will be interesting. This is going to be the last way we're going to end this episode. 3, 2, 1, go. My killers have failed to slay him, but my involvement remains unknown. Okay, that was the most anticlimactic possible result there. But that's going to do it for this episode of Crusader Kings 2: The Old Gods. I'm going to start recording another one immediately after this, just to see where the plot goes. And again, recall that if things go absolutely terribly for us in Scotland, I will just start in, 867 again as another country. Maybe somewhere in Spain is interesting. Somewhere in, mainland Europe could also be interesting. Maybe a Swedish game or a Danish game would be interesting. Or as one of these, like, West Francia, Lotharingia, or East Francia areas over here. What I thought was really interesting, by the way, I should have covered this at the start of the episode, because now it's totally effed, but the northern part of Italy has been, like, completely taken over by this Islamic tribe, or that might be an offensive term, I didn't mean it like that, though. This Islamic caliphate, you could say, the Rustamites, who I have never heard of before in my life, but previously, Lotharingia, which used to be in, like, this region right here, was pushed, like, completely out, and they only had, like, a little bit in northern Italy, but now they've been completely wiped out. That's really interesting. So now, this area in here is owned by, well, it's split up in many different ways, and Burgundy doing all right for itself as well. What else is going on? Byzantium seems to be spreading like wildfire. Bulgaria is still pretty strong. Hungary has continued to survive. Cool. So far, so good. Interesting game so far. And, the Reconquista is still kind of ongoing here. But in any case, as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the series so far. And thanks for having patience when it comes to waiting for it to come back. I'm going to record some more episodes now, so I will see you shortly.